Hey everyone, welcome back. I have another Dollar Tree DIY Christmas video for you guys today, and I have 5 brand new DIYs. If you are new to my channel and you like home decor and DIYs on a budget, make sure to stick around by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. Let's get into it. For this first DIY, I'm going to use one of these little wooden trucks that I found in the crafts section at Dollar Tree, and they just look like little wooden toy trucks. So I'm just going to remove that little ball at the truck bed, and it just pops right off, and I am painting my truck with some chalk paint called sheepskin. That's the color. And I am going to go ahead and remove the wheels from the truck. I wasn't going to, but it's just easier to paint behind the truck and get everything in if you remove the wheels, and then they don't have to move because I'm not using this as a toy. So I just pulled one wheel off on one side and then just pulled the dowel out, and I set those aside and I finished painting my truck, and then I came back to the wheels and cut the extra dowels off of the 2 wheels, and then I used some black chalk paint to paint all 4 of the wheels. I let the paint dry on my truck and my wheels, and then once everything was dry, I came back and I applied some hot glue where the wheels had previously been attached, and I just placed the wheels back on to the truck on both sides. After that was done, I came back with my black chalk paint and a small paintbrush, and I painted windows on both sides of the truck, and then I also painted a small windshield on the front of the truck, and also painted a couple headlights with the black chalk paint as well on the front of the truck. Next, I wanted to attach a tree to the truck, so I had these bottle brush trees from Dollar Tree that come in a package in the Christmas section. I just removed the wooden base and hot glued it to the back side of the truck. And then I'm going to make this a Christmas countdown truck, so for the countdown, I'm going to use these wooden blocks that you can get in the craft section from Dollar Tree. I labeled one of the blocks 1 through 5 with a Sharpie marker, and then I also labeled the other one 6 through 9 with 1 and 2 also on it. Then I printed out Days Till Christmas on my Cricut. I'll leave a link to that below in the description box, and I applied it to one side of my truck, and that was it for this Christmas countdown truck.
With you, I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you.
This next DIY seriously takes about 5 minutes to make. I picked up these small poster boards that come in a pack from Dollar Tree. I used 2 of them, and I'm going to take each one of them, and I'm starting at one end on a corner, and then I am rolling it and then kind of rolling it upwards to form a cone. And then once I have my cone shape, I'm just going to use some hot glue on that corner there to secure it down. Did the same thing with the other one, and then I am going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim the bottoms off of these so that way both of them sit evenly and flat on my surface. Now to wrap my cones, I'm going to be using 2 of these buffalo check placemats, 1 for each cone. I just took the cone and laid it on the back side of the placemat diagonally in line with one of the corners, and then I just rolled the placemat with the cone and used some hot glue to secure the placemat to the cone, and then I just cut the excess fabric at the bottom of the cone and tucked that inside of the cone and use some hot glue to secure it inside of the cone so it would stay in place. And that was it. This makes for some cute holiday decor, easy and affordable.
That I can be with you, 'cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay.
This DIY is also super easy. I've had this like plastic little container from Dollar Tree for a while that you can find in the catering section, and so I decided to give it a paint job with some gold spray paint. But I didn't just use one gold spray paint, I actually ended up using a combination of two colors. I used this metallic gold spray paint that I had, and then I also used this brass spray paint that I had. I sprayed it all gold first, and then I kind of just lightly went over it with the brass just so that it wasn't so shiny and it gave more of a Christmassy look. Now, to fill the container, I am going to put in this LED battery operated candle, which I do have a remote for, so I don't have to take it in and out to turn it on and off. And then to surround the candle, I'm going to use these pine cones from Dollar Tree that are snow dusted. And that was it. I think this turned out really pretty.
'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy. Love and so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby.
Here's another easy DIY. I took this wooden house from Dollar Tree, and I am simply just going to spray paint it with a moss green spray paint by Rust-Oleum and let that dry. Once it was all dry, I took some twine and I hot glued it around the top of the house, just wrapping in between the roof and the actual house, and then hot gluing it down at the end to secure it. Then I took these wooden stickers from Dollar Tree and I just removed the sticker backing from them, and I'm going to take some twine and insert that in the middle hole of each of these snowflakes and tie a knot. And then with the excess twine from the snowflakes, I am going to put those together and insert them through the part where I had put the twine on the house and then tie a knot. And that is it. Just a cute, simple piece of Christmas decor.
As long as I spend this day with you, so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh, making plans.
For the last DIY, I took one of these large round wooden circles from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to create a wooden circle door hanging from this. So I took two pieces of painter's tape and I sectioned off the circle into 3 sections. The middle section, I am going to use some American walnut stain, and I'm going to stain that section. Once that was done, I just wiped it a little bit, and then I'm going to take up the painter's tape and I'm going to apply it to the middle section over the stain to make straight lines, so that way I can paint both sides of the exposed wood. So I used my chalk paint in the color sheepskin to paint both sides, and then that will also even out the stain that seeped through. And then once that was done, I didn't really have to let it dry or anything. I just immediately took up the painter's tape, and I had nice even lines in between my paint and my stain. Once the piece was dry, I used my Cricut to print off Merry Christmas. I'll leave a link down below in the description box for the design that I used for this. And I just applied the Merry to the painted part, the top painted part, and the Christmas to the middle section. I did use the vinyl from Dollar Tree to put this lettering on, and I have to say it's not bad. It actually sticks pretty well, so I was pretty surprised. For $1 you get a lot. And then I used this floral Christmas pick from Dollar Tree last year, and I just used a little bit of chalk paint to go over the branches to give it a snow effect, and then I used my staple gun to staple it down there on the side, kind of curved with the wooden circle. Then I used some buffalo check ribbon that I had left over from Halloween, actually, from Dollar Tree, and I just folded it over 6 times, cut that off, left it folded over, and tied a piece of twine in the middle. And now I'm just fluffing out the bow so that way it gets its bow shape. And then I just cut the tails at the end there, and I applied the bow on my stem with some hot glue, and that was it. This turned out super cute for Christmas time.
I'm gonna go inside and drink hot chocolate by the fire, 'cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy.
Thank you all so much for watching today. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Lots of more Christmas DIYs coming your way. So make sure you are subscribed and have that bell rung, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.